Hey guys, Tony DeNaro here. Welcome back to the channel. Today is the video that many of you have been asking for a year and a half. Some coverage on Mullen Automotive. Let's get right into it. Since I started making videos on YouTube back in July of 2021, coming up now on almost 2 years, one of the most common tickers that people want me to comment on is Mullen Automotive, ticker symbol MULN. And I have been steadfastly saying since that time, back when it used to trade for $11 a share, that I was not interested in owning Mullen. It's currently trading today at 17 cents. I want to share with you a little bit of my thoughts on why I've been avoiding Mullen and why I'm going to start talking about it with you now. Now guys, it's been no secret that I have called Mullen a furnace where retail sends their money to burn, because over the last 18 months, it's just been too early to get involved in this company. Some of you may know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, that back in my corporate life decades ago, I had a background in manufacturing and product development. And although by no stretch do I consider myself an expert in automobile manufacturing, I do have a feel for what it takes to develop a product, tool up a factory, and get into production. And one of the worst industries to try and get that done in is automotive, especially if you're starting from scratch like Mullen was. And so when I looked at Mullen in 2021 and looked at their roadmap and how long it was going to take to get products to market and how much money they would need to raise either through equity offerings or debt, I said to myself, we got time, guys. We got time to wait. We got time to be patient. And I know probably nobody listened to me back in 2021 and people were buying at 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, $4, $3, $2. Guys, I just made my first purchase of Mullen ever at 25 cents. Let's talk about where we go from here now that I'm in the play. First of all, do I think Mullen is a slam dunk right now in March of 2023? I do not. Does that mean that I hate Mullen? It does not mean that I hate Mullen. But indulge me for 1 minute with a picture that I've tried to come up with to help you guys get in my head of what I'm looking at when I look at a speculative play like Mullen. And this is still a speculative play. What we are looking for in this picture is a bunch of green boxes, indicating that there is safety in the play. And what we have here on Mullen is a bunch of red, 2 yellow boxes, and only 1 green. What does that mean? Guys, this is not a deep dive accounting financial analysis. It is an attempt to give you a snapshot of what I'm looking at, to get in my head just pictorially for 1 second, and why I say you have time to be patient on Mullen. However, the point of this video is not to go in depth on this diagram. It's to talk about the latest 8Ks and what's up next for Mullen. If you want a separate video going through this, just this picture, let me know down in the comments and I'm happy to do that for you. I'm going to be going over with you 2 related filings. The first one is this 8K from the 6th of March. This is an agreement between Mullen and Equititas Capital. March 2nd, it says Mullen entered into an amendment to the settlement agreement and release. I'll bring that up in just a second. Dated back in January 13th, 2023, between Equititas and Mullen, where Equititas exercised its right to purchase additional shares of the company's Series D preferred stock and warrants in the amount equal to $20 million. Now, I have seen some videos saying Mullen received no compensation for these shares and warrants. It was $20 million. Let's go to the actual prospectus and see how that misunderstanding happened. Let's go ahead and open up that 424B and look and see exactly what it says. First of all, the first thing that jumps out at you is this is a prospectus for 522 million shares of common stock of Mullen. If you scroll down further down to page S7, use of proceeds, it does say indeed that Mullen will receive no proceeds from the sale of the shares by the selling stockholder. That is because Equititas already paid the $20 million for these shares and the warrants. However, it does say that Mullen may receive proceeds from the exercise of the warrants, and that could total approximately $37 million for the exercise of the warrant. So Mullen got $20 million and they may receive up to an additional $37 million on exercise of the warrants. I don't know back in January of this year or since then if anybody has gone over with you guys this settlement agreement how this all happened, why this latest deal between Mullen and Equititas happened. I'll put a link to this in the video description if you want to read it. It's a little bit more detail about what we just went through. The nuts and bolts of how we got here, though, or what the exact specifics of that deal are a little bit irrelevant. The thing that I want to bring you guys back home to, and one thing that I've been talking a lot about when people ask me about Mullen, the thing that has me worried is the upcoming dilution and the company's need to raise cash. Now, that's not a slam on the company. That's just a necessity of being in the automotive development business like Mullen is. They are going to need to raise cash. And if you were paying attention at the recent shareholder meeting, the number of outstanding shares or authorized shares got bumped up. And right now we have on the table between warrants and convertible debt a total dilution approved, waiting to find out when it's going to be sold to us as shareholders, of up to 4 billion, and it's going to go up to 5 billion shares at some point. Why is the dilution happening? They need cash, like I just said. They've got about 9 months of cash left. That might even be generous. So I think it's safe to assume that you can anticipate ongoing dilution throughout the remainder of this year. And yes, even though I just bought a little bit of Mullen at 25 cents, I'm expecting that that is going to get beaten down from both the upcoming dilution and the fact that there is a reverse split on this company to get it from being delisted. Reverse splits when you're under a threat of delisting is not the best time to be doing a reverse split. It's even worse when you're dealing with a company that has little to no revenue. Now, you'll notice in this video, I did not talk about the upcoming truck show or Mullen One vans or anything with Bollinger. We're talking today about what I'm looking at fundamentally for this play and why I think you have time to be patient. Not only for the reasons of dilution and reverse split that I just went through, but also refer back to that dashboard that I showed you at the beginning of this video, the dashboard that I use to analyze a play. When we look at the technical analysis on the chart, the 200 moving average, the 1348 EMA, the RSI, the MACD, almost every single one of these is telling me that right now, this downtrend is not just yet over. The only thing that I see on this chart today, going into next week, that is bullish is that the RSI is really, really low, but it has dipped lower than this. Until I get more indicators showing that a reversal has happened, I'm not going to be going in and buying any Mullen. But Tony, tell us something good. What if there's a news item tomorrow or the market just takes off? What could Mullen do? If it starts coming back around, guys, you got your resistance levels right around 39, 40 cents, 44 maybe at the top. So could it get a short-term run up to that? That's probably the max that I would see happening. I am not forecasting that at this time. I'm still thinking this is in a downward trend for the next few days at least, maybe a little bit longer. So I have no intentions to buy any Mullen. I'm going to be sitting on the sidelines waiting to see when this bearish pattern ends. These are just my opinions. This is not buy or sell or hold advice. It's just what I see on the chart. Let me know down in the comments if you see something different or if I missed something on the technicals. As far as my personal outlook long-term for Mullen, it is risky to be in a EV startup business. I consider this a speculative play. I'm going to be only putting a small amount of money in it. The time where Mullen really is going to be able to start to shine is if they make it all the way into the late part of 2024 and we start getting some Mullen 5 production. And even then, if we look at someone like Polestar that's got 100,000 vehicles on the road and they're still not profitable, these are things that you need to think about. Even Tesla took, what, 6 years or more to start making money? You're going to need a lot of patience to hang in there with Mullen and hope that they make it all the way into full production. And I certainly hope they do. But I'm going to be taking my time and looking for opportunities to buy on weakness. And there could be some coming, especially after they do that reverse split. Basic rules that I live by: always wait for a good entry. Man, I've been waiting a long time. And even though it is still speculative, I got one toe in the water now. I'm going to continue waiting because I think there's going to be an opportunity to add more at a even substantially lower price. We will see. On the way up, I don't know if you guys are momentum traders or you're planning to hold this all the way through, but don't be afraid to take some profits. Always be taking profits. Secure the bags. Let the house money ride. And the final rule for myself, the one that I try and live by, it's up to you if you want to adopt it. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Do not go heavy into speculative plays. I do not want to be YOLOing a large percentage of my portfolio into a company which has no revenue and probably years until they start turning a profit. I will, though, be looking for opportunities to ride the momentum and make some money off this play. I've been following the chart for a long time. Hopefully you got some value out of this. Let me know if you'd like to see some continued coverage and technical analysis of Mullen. I am Tony Denaro. Join me on my live streams either during the daytime or during the evenings, where I am here to help you and answer your questions. No super chats required. If you got value out of today's video, hit the like button, share the video, and if this is your first time here, don't forget to buy and hold that subscribe button so that you don't miss a future update. I will see you on the next video.